Hi everyone, welcome to the another video of Postman series. So today in this video, we'll see how to generate the Newman Reporter HTML extra library, which is HTML report in the Jenkins. Okay. So we all know we create collections in the Postman and we'll export that collection via, we'll export from the Postman, we'll run through the Newman CLI and we'll generate this kind of HTML extra report, right? So the same thing we want to generate on the Jenkins as well. So since it is a HTML report, so usually you can publish the HTML report in the Jenkins, right? So for that, you have to create one new item. Item is nothing, the project you have to create. So I have created already. So what I can do, I can explain what I have done. So I'm just going to configure, which is let's assume that we are creating a new project. So as soon as you create a project in Jenkins, you can go to the configure. So in the configure, we will give the descriptions and we'll give a source code management and what are the under the build we have to pass the Windows patch command or use them, correct? So now and the description I don't have the source code management. So I am reading this code from my GitHub repository. Okay, I'm not using from the local one. So I have this repository in my GitHub. I'm using this one. So this is nothing. I have something like a collection folder, one environment JSON file, one collection file. Okay. So I have it on my master branch. So I'm just giving us a master branch. And the build environment which I want to select is I have to run on my npm, right? So I don't want to specifically pass any my Node.js path in the Windows batch execution command. So I'm as a prerequisite is I'm telling I need a build environment where the Node.js to be installed. Okay. So this you can do on the global settings. So I will tell that one as well. So how do you set the Node.js and prerequisites? For example, Newman you need, and you need this HTML extra report library also to be installed on the Jenkins workspace. Correct. So after this, what I'm doing in the Windows batch command, I'm passing the collections file. Okay, and I'm passing the environment JSON file also. And additionally, I'm exporting this HTML extra report on this particular file path. Okay, so by using this HTML extra report, you can export this report wherever you want, right? So there are multiple CLI options are available in the reporter. So if you want to change the title, if you want to change the title of the report and title size, logs, there are a lot of things, correct? So by using the first option, which is export path. So when I run this, so you can export the HTML path. Where do you want to get stored in your computer or workspace in the Jenkins, right? So what I'm doing is I'm just doing the export on this particular path. Path is nothing. This is a path where I'm doing it. Okay. So this is my Jenkins projects. Okay. So this is my Jenkins workspace. So under Jenkins workspace, I have two projects. Okay. So when I go to here, you can see I have this sample test project. Right? So under this sample test project, I have one folder called results. Okay. So that is what I'm giving here. I'm just putting as a dot results. So dot is nothing like a kind of so you can directly because you're already in the workspace, right? So star in the sense like you can put star or dot kind of like lines or something like that. So results under results. So I want to store it as a report.html. Okay, so that's how it will store. So now we are running this collection and through the Newman, and we are extracting the report, and we are just storing in this particular workspace, which is Jenkins workspace. Okay, so it should be available in the program data Jenkins under a workspace. So number of projects you have, all the projects will be displayed here. Okay, so I have two projects here. You can see this is a Y project. So under this, I have this collection folder. Under collection, I have this collection file and environment file, right? So that's why I'm putting as a collection slash my JSON file and my environment file. And I'm exporting here. So my export path is results, right? So this path. So after this execution, now I want to publish my results, right? So in this post build action, no, you can select this publish HTML report. Okay, so under this, I want to tell where my HTML report directory, right? So this is my directory, right? So I'm passing like this. And what is the HTML page of index? I'm just doing this report.html because the file name is report.html, right? And remaining thing you can leave it at is if you want to change the title of the report, you can change. The report name will be displayed on the Jenkins area. So Jenkins. So once the execution is done, when you open the report, the report title will be HTML report. Okay. So maybe I can change it to Newman HTML report. Anything is fine. Okay. So after this, I'm going to save this. Okay, once you save this one, so now the thing is you have to set up the Node.js as a global level, right? So we need Node.js on the workspace, as well as we need a htmlextra report. I mean, that library also to be installed. So for that, you can go to the manage Jenkins. And here you can do the global tools. So this is similar like how we configure the Java path and the Maven path, right? So when you want to execute some Maven project, you have to define the path. So similarly, I'm going to define this Node.js installation. So under this, what I'm telling you, I'm just giving us an install automatically. So this is one-time activity, and you can maintain the things for like, so for example, I'm maintaining 72 hours. So this 72 hours will be maintained in my workspace. So after 72 hours, no, it will be expired. Again, it will install the new, Node.js along with this library. Okay, it will not install the Node.js, it will install this one, the reporter, Newman reporter, or any NPM library that you want to install, you have to pass it like this. So now what I'm doing as a prerequisite, I have done this. So that's the reason in my project, no, I'm selecting as a build environment as Node.js, right? So here you can go here. And when we go to configure, so here the build environment, what I have selected in the sense, I have selected this one. So this is coming from my global property. Okay, global tool configuration. So now everything is done. You have to pass the command and you have to make sure you're exporting the file, HTML file into particular path inside your project. So after that, we are going to publish the same. So I'm just saying this and I'm going to run this now. Okay, the build is started. So we'll go to console. So since already I have executed, that installation is not happening. So it is directly going to execute my Newman command. Okay. But in your case, it might install the htmlextra library before your command will be executed. Okay. So once that installation is done, then it will execute the Newman command. So now you can see this is done. So it is coming as a success, right? So just go back to the project. So in the project, you might see this Newman HTML report, right? So this is what the title that we have updated in the configuration. So now you can go to the workspace also. In the workspace also, you can see the results. Under results, you can see this report, right? So HTML report just created my local time as 10:24, 10:23, right? So now I'm going to open it from here. So this is the one. So now you can see it is coming right? So under this collection, I have a total 3 requests. So under 3, one is post, one is get put, post get put, everything is working fine, right? So the same report of what you see in the local, so you can generate on the Jenkins also. Okay. So now, if at all, like, so if you go to my previous one, so you might face some reporting format issue because of the security policy what we have. So I'm just opening the HTML report here. Let's see. Okay, this one also fine. You might see some alignment or some content security policy issues with the Jenkins. So what you have to know, we already covered this, how to set up the things in my previous video itself. So if the report is not coming as expected, this format, so what you can do, okay, let me check. I have anything that's similar format. I think so. It got override, so I cannot see that one because all the time it is getting override. Okay, so that's a reason. But I have already explained in my previous video. So what you have to do, if at all, if you're facing some content issues on the reporting side, so you can go to the Manage Jenkins. Under the Manage Jenkins, you will find this Manage Nodes. So just click on the settings button. In the settings, no, you have to go to the console script. Okay. So under this, just execute this command. So after executing this command, again, you have to come to your project and you have to run them. Okay. The same report I have explained how to generate the same HTML extra report in the Azure DevOps also. Okay. In Azure DevOps, you have this default plugin. Default plugin is available. For the Jenkins, we don't have that one. Maybe you can use this way. You can generate as a HTML report and you can export the path wherever you want to store it in your workspace, Jenkins workspace. So then you can publish them as an HTML report. Okay, so now this is how we have to do. So there are some other reports also, like you can generate the CLI reports on JUnit report with the XML format also. But this is pretty good, and we can see a lot, there are a lot of continuous improvements happening on the this HTML extra report, right? So that's all about this video. If you guys have any doubts or comments, please feel free to ask in the description. So one thing that you want to remember, okay, you have to do the global config. Otherwise, no, when you run this command, you have to tell where is your Node.js installed, right? So we don't want to do that because all the time we are going to run this one. So that's the reason it's kind of like a one-time setup that we are doing under this global tool configuration, where the NPM and where this, so since I have updated this content security policy, this command, right? So this is nothing like Jenkins has some security policy. So if you want to load any HTML related or CSS content, something like that, so you have to run this command. So after running this command, you might get this alert because of the security policies. So CSP is nothing, content security policy. Okay, it is currently overwritten because of I have executed this command, right? So who's done model directory support DSP. So that's what they are telling actually. Okay. So that's all about this video. This is already I covered as a part of publishing a HTML report, but this is for Maven project with some other reports. So this is for especially for the Postman report that we create the HTML extra one, right? So this way also you can export. I will share the video that I have done on the Azure DevOps, the same thing. And yeah, that's all. If you guys have any comment, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you guys.